Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another 2028 election prediction. This time we're going to be taking a look at Vice President J.D. Vance versus Stephen A. Smith. So he's a sports commentator, but recently he's become involved in commenting a lot more in politics. And I've noticed that on social media he's been gaining a lot of traction. A lot of people want to look to maybe even run him as the Democratic nominee. I've been noticing. So I do think him being entertaining would actually help him in the presidential election. Because sometimes with Donald Trump, he got a lot of low propensity voters to get out and vote because he was entertaining just as a person. So I do think entertainment as a factor is probably going to be a big one in politics from now on. I think honestly, like you wouldn't be able to win an election if you were just boring, which that didn't used to be the case back then. Like in the 2000s, you could be boring and win an election, but I don't think you could no longer be boring and win nowadays. I think it's a lot tougher than ever. So let me just set up all the safe red states and safe blue states. Okay, I think we're good to get into this. So starting off, I think that Ohio and Iowa, I think they would actually go to likely red here. I do think him being a celebrity, him being an entertainer, I think he could get some low propensity voters to go his way. I also think he kind of is seen more as a moderate type of candidate here, so that actually kind of helps him in these two states as well. So I think he would bring those down to likely red, and I think Nebraska's second would be likely blue. And Texas, I even think this would go below 10. Do you think him being a celebrity would probably help him a bit here in Texas? He's a well-liked celebrity too, so I think that would help him. But let's just get into the next few states. So I think New Jersey would just be similar to Virginia here. I don't think there'd be that much of a change there. In the Northeast, New Hampshire and Maine would probably put these both as likely blue states. Maine second stays about the same. But let's get into the next few states. So Arizona and Nevada. I do think he'll make Nevada a lot closer, but I still think Vance would narrowly win it over him. It really just depends on how independents go here, but Republicans just keep gaining more and more support in the registration numbers in this state. Arizona is kind of the same thing with Nevada. Nevada's going red. Arizona's most likely going red as well. And then in these two southern states, North Carolina and Georgia, I think Stephen A. Smith would be able to win in the state of Georgia. I think he would be able to win back some non-white males that have voted for Trump here. I think he'd be able to win them back. So I think that would honestly help him a lot here. I think he would also be able to win young males back who voted for Trump in 2024. So I think he'd be able to get them back on the Democrat side here. North Carolina, however, I still think it's going red. Again, it's just very, very hard for a Democrat to win in North Carolina at this point. So I'm putting this tilt red here. In the Rust Belt states, so it really depends on who wins the debates here. Stephen A. Smith versus J.D. Vance. At times, J.D. Vance is a bit awkward when he's campaigning, but in debates, he's a lot more charismatic. So it really depends on how good of a debater Stephen A. Smith is. Honestly, I think Smith would be able to win the election here. I think he would win in Minnesota. I think he would win in Michigan. Wisconsin, it would probably be about tilt blue. It's always kind of a closer state. Pennsylvania, honestly, I would probably give it to Smith. I think he'd be able to win here. So I think if he just focuses on populist messaging, which I think he typically does whenever I see him on the timeline, I see videos of him. So I think as a political candidate, he could be pretty good. He could win over those like normies or people who don't really pay much attention to politics, those low propensity voters. He could win them back because Democrats are terrible with low propensity voters. Maybe Stephen A. Smith is the solution to that problem for them to win back those types of voters who don't pay much attention to politics. Maybe that's the solution here for the Democrats long term. But I think if they run Smith, I think he would win against Vance as of right now. So thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this video down in the comments below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, highly recommend subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching.